My loves, welcome to a new episode of Sexy and Healing with your girl Yoli. Okay, I'm in this cozy sweater because it is cold, y'all. Like it's cold. Um, what are we talking about today? Okay, today's episode is going to be shorter, but it's going to be like short and sweet and to the point, okay? I want to talk about nourishment. Nourishment to the soul, nourishment to your body, nourishment to the mind. Okay, and what do I mean when I say nourishment? So when we think of the word nourishing, right, it's to like provide and protect and to feed, right? We think more of nourishment as in like nourishing a baby, right? Or nourishing your body with food. In this case, we are nourishing ourselves and nourishing in the sense of when we want to heal or to do different in our lives, right? We want a different outcome. We're tired of repeating the same cycle or the same shit in our lives. We have to think back of where am I not providing nourishment to myself? Okay? Because a lot of times we get stuck on, especially as moms, okay, guilty, I'm a mother, with, okay, I need to nourish my child. What does my child need, right? They need food, they need clothing, they need this, and they need that. And we tend to forget to nourish ourselves. What do I need as a mom to be nourished, right? And we think like, oh, nourishment, if it's not coming from like a parent, then then what is it? Is it really nourishment? And yes, it is. Like we need to nourish ourselves. Why am I using the word nourish? Honestly, I intuitively looked in and asked like what exactly you need to hear in this moment, like you listening to this exact podcast. And the word nourishment came up and nourishing. And it's something we don't even realize or think about, right? We think about like self love, which is huge, and nourishment is a part of self love, right? We think about everything that we need to do for our kids, right? For your partner, for your parents, for if you work for your boss, for whatever, for your job, right? You need to nourish the relationships with your friendships, right? Like, I need to nourish this relationship. I need to make sure my kids are nourished, nourish, nourish, nourish. But then where's the nourishment within yourself? And I want to bring it back to inner child healing and to healing the inner child, because if we didn't receive proper nourishment, right? If you didn't receive nourishment growing up, as in like cariños, which is how do you say that in English? Like affection, right? Proper nourishment as in food, nourishment as in what you took in, what you saw mentally, like what you saw, the verbal nourishment of like, I love yous and I'm proud of you. If you didn't receive that type of nourishment growing up, then it's hard to give it to yourself as an adult, because it's like, okay, I didn't receive it growing up. I'm an adult now. Why do I need it? Blah, whatever. But it's actually huge. Like, it's fucking huge. It really is. Because what we go through and what we receive as a child impacts our adult life. And for all the moms out there, because I am a mom, if you didn't receive that nourishment, right? Like those nourishing words of reassurance of I love you, you're safe, everything is okay, then you grow up not knowing what that even feels like. What does it feel like to say I love you to someone, or to receive those words, or to say that to others, right? I remember, like, to me, saying I love you to my parents is like, now I say it a little more than I did, but like before, that was you. No one ever said I love you in my house. Now I tell my son I love him like 20 times a day, you know? But it was something I had to heal within me, and to feel and to know what love actually feels like, and not just say it bluntly as like a word of like, oh yeah, I love you. But then what does love really even feel like, right? When you didn't receive that love, that nourishment, do you really know what it feels like internally, or is it just like a word that you say because you like the person, you know? Um or because they're your relative. So it's like, okay, yeah, I love you too. Um and it's it's a huge thing when it comes to healing, is recognizing where did I not receive nourishment growing up. And that was it, like we ate maybe super shitty. I know, like, being Mexican, I mean, you eat tacos and you eat pozole and you eat all these things and you eat the hot Cheetos with the chile and the limon. It's like that's the food. It super nourishing. Some of it is, like when you're eating like the eggs and stuff like that, but then others is like not really. And we grow up pretty much repeating those same patterns unless we heal it. Okay? So how do you begin to nourish yourself and to provide that nourishment for yourself that you provide for others, but then you're not consciously doing it for yourself? And why I'm saying it, doing it for yourself, is because as moms, we forget that we need to nourish ourselves in order to fully be able to nourish our children and to give to them. Because if we just nourish our children and we completely forget about ourselves, then we feel lower energy, shittier, exhausted, because we're not nourished. Our body isn't nourished, our mind, our soul, our emotions. Okay. So, how to or what do I mean by like nourishment? Let's go like mental nourishment, right? To mentally nourish yourself is to see where you're at mentally. Like, are you exhausted? Do you feel like you have so much going on, like your mind is running 100 miles per hour? How can you nourish your mind, your thoughts, right? Fucking letting it all out on paper, right? Sometimes we have so much going on up here. It's okay to put it on paper and to leave it on paper, to kind of give yourself like that brain dump. That's nourishment for the mind. Nourishment for the mind can also be like you've been wanting to read this book that just like lights you up, or you're wanting to learn something new instead of watching a bunch of reality TV shows, right? That are not nourishing your mind, but instead like causing more chaos in your head. And you want to listen to something nourishing, maybe like a podcast, right? That's nourishing to the mind. That's nourishment for the mind. And these are things that you can do on your drive, right? Put some music that feels nourishing and like calming, or a podcast or an audiobook, things like that. Nourishment for the soul. Okay, nourishment for the soul. I like to think of nourishment for the soul as anything that like lights you up. For me, if I'm listening to some good music that feels light, not good music as in music that feels nourishing to the soul, for me is country music. All right, I'm gonna just say that. And when I'm listening to some good country music that just like lights up my heart, like I'm like, oh, my soul is like happy right now. because it just feels so nourishing to my soul, right? Like what feels nourishing to your soul, right? Is it running outside in the rain? Is it dancing in the kitchen? That feels nourishing to me as well. What are things that light you up? And maybe this is something that you probably never even thought about. Because I know for me, I didn't think about any of this until I actually started healing. And I was like, whoa, like, where am I not nourishing myself? Right? Nourishment for the soul is something that really lights you up and that feels light. It could be going on a walk. That is huge for the soul, right? Going on a walk outdoors in nature is huge nourishment for the soul. That is huge, 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 huge. Okay, so we got the mind, the soul, the body. How are you nourishing your body, your physical body? This physical body that does so much for you, right? What does your physical body do? It like lets you walk. Your legs like get you from point A to point B, right? Like your voice allows you to speak, your mouth allows you to eat, like your eyes allow you to see, like your organs keep you alive, your heart is like pumping to keep you alive, your brain is functioning so that you can like think and you can do this and you can create. And our bodies are magical. And we forget how important it is to nourish our bodies. How important it is. They do so much for us. If your body just say, you know what, F you don't take care of me, then you're just gonna die or get really sick, right? And then end up like in a hospital bed, whatever. That's too extreme, but like, I mean, it is what it is, like your body is doing everything that it can to keep you alive and to keep you going so that you can wake up and continue to enjoy life, right? So, how are you nourishing your body? What are you consuming, as in food, right? Like, what kind of food are you consuming? Um, are you drinking alcohol? And I speak on alcohol because I've given up alcohol. In my last podcast, I talk about my sobriety, but that's honestly, it's a poison. I'm gonna just say it like it is. It's a poison that is legal, and um, society has made into this. It's like accepting in society, but it's a poison in your body. You're literally like putting poison in your body when you're drinking alcohol, especially like if you're taking shots and shit, like because then you think about it, like why do I feel so shitty the next day, or why am I throwing up? Yeah, it's your body trying to detox and trying to get that out of you because it feels like it's dying, because it's literally like you put poison in your body and your body's like, oh shit, I need to keep you alive, so I need to detox all of that and let it out. And that's why you feel like shit after you drink. Okay. um yeah, what are you consuming? What are you putting into your body? How are you taking care of your body? Are you going on walks? Are you working out? Are you staying healthy and staying active? Or are you like, I don't give a fuck? It's a difference in nourishing your body to give it what it needs to keep going, right? It wants to keep you alive. It does whatever it has to do to keep functioning. So it's like, how can I nourish my body so that it could keep functioning the way that it's supposed to, right? And then mental, another thing that I forgot to mention about mental is, what are you consuming on TV? What are you consuming on TV? Is it nourishing for your brain, for your soul, for your mind? Or is it causing you more anxiety, fear, like I remember I used to watch a whole bunch of reality TV shows, like a whole bunch. And it just made me feel chaotic and pissed off. And eventually I was like, I can't keep doing this. This shit is fucking up my mental health. Like, it was not nourishing to my mind or to my soul. Like, I felt pissed off and ready to get into like an argument because I just watched this reality TV show. It was, yeah. So, what are you watching on TV? What are you consuming, right? What kind of music you're consuming, all those things. Is it nourishing or not? Um, okay, so we got the mind, the soul, the body. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave it there. The mind, the soul, and the body, right? What are you doing to nourish those parts of you? And you don't have to do anything crazy, just like a little bit here and there, like maybe less reality TV shows, maybe less hot Cheetos, like little things like that. And I'm not telling you how to live your body, it's how to live your body. Well, yeah, I'm not telling you how to live in your body or how to live your life, but what I am telling you is from experience that when I began to actually nourish myself in all of these places, I saw a huge shift in the way that I thought, the way that I go about my day, the way that I show up, my confidence, the way that I love, the way that I show up as a mother to my son, the way that I am with others. The it's a different energy that I'm radiating because I'm consuming things that are actually nourishing to me, and I'm making sure that I am giving myself the nourishment that maybe I didn't receive growing up, right? It's about giving yourself the nourishment that you didn't receive growing up because nobody's going to give it to you unless you give it to you. We're adults now, right? No one's going to come and say, "Okay, you know what? Let me say I love you to you. Let me heal your inner child. Let me da da da." It's our responsibility to do all that for ourselves. Okay, my love. So I'm gonna leave you with that. If you have any thoughts on this or anything, please shoot me a DM on my Instagram, Yoli de la Torre _. Let me know what you thought of this podcast, and I love you.